Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel Life with Seal. My name is Aureta. I share this channel with my husband Simba. On today's video, I just want to share my experience being a Zimbabwean Makoti or Murora. Not necessarily my experience by being a Zimbabwean Murora, but also the culture shocks I've had, and how different my culture is from my husband's culture. I'm actually doing this very unrehearsed, unplanned and stuff. And Simba is in the room, so I hope he doesn't come for me. If I say something wrong, I can assure you he's gonna jump out of bed and come for me. So I need to be a bit mindful. Okay, so I am mixed with, I am Damara Hausa, Damara being Namibian, Hausa being Nigerian, and Simba is also mixed. I can't go into the details because it really doesn't really share this a lot. But Simba is also mixed with, I think Simba's family comes from 3 different countries also. So he's also mixed. So, you know, the cultures are so different. But I think his main culture should be Shona, and my main culture is actually the Damara culture. So what are some of the culture shocks I've had? The first thing is, I think the whole shower shandies. Even if there's like a shower and running water, I think that my in-laws, and when I say my in-laws, I'm not talking about Simba's parents or his family. I say my in-laws as in the Zimbabwean people. They bath in a bucket, like they bath in a bucket. So for me, it's kind of strange to see when I have people over and there's a shower, man. But then people will still be like, they want a bucket, they're looking for a bucket. I'm just like, no, just shower. You can just take a shower, it's okay. And then yeah, that for me, but was like, it was a bit strange. But when I went to Zimbabwe, I actually discovered that I think that's generally how people bath. They'll put water in a bucket and then they'll bath from the bucket. But we also grew up bathing like that in Korikas. Our shower wasn't working, so we'd bath in a bathtub. But instead of filling up the bathtub, we'd put water in a dish and would bath from the dish. But that is because we didn't have a running shower. Our shower had plumbing issues for a very long time, and my mother really just gave up on the shower. So we used to have a bathtub, but then we'd still bath in a dish. But now, even with running water, these people bath from a bucket. So that for me was like a culture shock, but it's not something that I'm used to. So if I know, if I'm having Zimbabwean people over at my house and I need to buy a bucket from Pep that they need to use for bathing, because by the time they leave, then I use that bucket to mop floors because we don't bath in a bucket. One of the things that I've encountered, I don't know how true this is, ne? Somebody actually told me, apparently your mother-in-law is not supposed to lift a finger at your house. I don't know how true this is. Please comment down below if you are a Zimurora, or if you are Zimbabwean yourself, or if you just know these people, how true this is. Maybe this I need to ask a bit from a few more people to say that, no, if your mother-in-law comes to your house, she's not supposed to lift a finger in your house. So she's supposed to sit and you're supposed to serve her. I don't know how true this is really. I don't know. Is it really a cultural thing, or if it's just something? I don't know how true that is. But yeah, that is what someone said to me. Someone that's also, I think, Simba's family friend had said that to me before. So I think it works differently. One of the things is, it depends on how your in-laws are kind of structured. Some people wouldn't expect you to be wearing pants and tights and stuff. I think it's just out of respect. So you need to be wearing a chitenge, right? You can't be showing cleavage, you can't be showing your armpits and stuff. You guys saw how I was dressing when I went to Zimbabwe. Some families also expect you to put on a head wrap and stuff. My in-laws were not very strict with that, but I think I still wore a chitenge out of respect, and just because I'd been given a heads up. But apparently other people's houses, you don't wear pants at all. As a Murora, okay, maybe not tight pants, shorties. Obviously it does make sense. It's African culture at the end of the day, so you can't do that. And the expectations from the Makoti, I feel like it's very much extreme on the side of Simba. So my mother has 4 sons, right? 2 of my brothers were married when my mother was alive, and I can assure you, my mother's daughters-in-law would come to her house and she would still serve them because they're in her house. She wouldn't expect them to come into her house and come and serve her. No, I don't remember seeing her do that. And one of my brothers then got married after my mother passed away, and now my youngest brother is also having a partner that he is with, and she gets to spend some time with us, and now I also get to spend time with my in-laws and stuff, right? My brother's wives. So even if they come to our house, we don't expect them to have duties just because they are makotis, to come and do certain things and to be the ones to make the fire, or for example to be the ones to serve and stuff. No, whoever wants to do things will just jump in and do. We don't have that thing. But I see now in my husband's culture is that there's an expectation from a makoti. If you are a makoti, then there are certain expectations of you that you need to fulfill. I kind of find that a bit unfair though, because yeah, no. And I'm not really talking about Simba's parents specifically, but I'm saying generally how the culture is set up. And it's not just their culture, but also South African culture. There's just an expectation of a makoti. It's like you're auditioning for a maid role. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry, Simba. I don't mean your family, but just generally, it's like you're auditioning for a maid role by being makoti. And it's very sad because these makotis also have to work hard during the year to help take care of their families, but then now everybody else is on holiday and then they need to serve and stuff. I think that is a bit unfair on the cultural side of things. Whereas in my culture, really, like I said, we don't have that thing of because now you are kama swar kre swar. There's a thing that they say in Afrikaans that an in-law finds it difficult, like swar kre swar. No, that's not nice. That's really not nice. I feel like that's unfair from a cultural point of view. And I don't know how it is like towards the son-in-law now. Is there also certain expectations of them, perhaps? If you know, you can share something in the comment section. So yeah, another culture shock I have of this. Another culture shock is the clapping of the hands for me was also something very new for me that I was not very familiar with, and I haven't figured out up until now at what point I need to clap. On a side note, one of Simba's family friends, one of the uncles, was actually like, apparently my clapping doesn't sound the way it should, so he's like, it's those nails, makoti, it's those nails, you must clap properly. He was saying it in a joke and we had a good laugh, but he just made me conscious and aware that I'm not clapping correctly. Like, hello, any care on claps famous, but no, your clapping needs to, yeah. Also, when someone has given you food, then you need to say my tapasa. You need to clap. Like my auntie is Zimbabwean auntie that helps me clean. If I give her something, that she always does that, and at least I still get to learn from her. So it's the clapping of hands. I wasn't very familiar with that, but now that I get to spend more time with these people, I get to learn and I get to see how things are done. Another thing is the washing of the hands. So when you have when in the Zimbabwean, in the Shona culture, when you serve food, you take a container, and I think that also happens in one of the cultures in Namibia. I don't know if it's the Caprivian people or is it the Okavango people, but I know one of our people in Namibia also do the washing of the hands. I don't know if it's also the Oshoambo people. Maybe if you are Oshoambo, you can let us know in the comment section. You have a bucket and then you have a jug and you need to pour on people's hands, and people wash their hands, and then you give them paper towel or a big fatuk and then dishcloth, and then they will dry their hands. So I wasn't also very familiar with that. And sometimes the person is in a rush. You know, when you're hosting people, you are in the kitchen, you are up and about, and now you forget, you don't really get to wash people's hands, and you put food down. Some people won't really eat that food until you come and wash hands. You know, I would have been sitting on the kitchen counter if the dining table is full or if the area is full, and I would have started eating, and my husband would just give me an eye like, the hands. So, but it's not expected of the makoti to be doing that. I think the kids also help with that. But again, if there are no kids around the house, then it's probably you to be doing that. And one time I found it very annoying, especially when I had a newborn baby. I was just like, I need to sleep because my child is still young. My child still needs me, right? I was just like, no, I can't be staying up with the child the whole night and then during the day I must now be here. It wasn't working for me. I was getting very frustrated. And Simba was even like, you can't be complaining about that as if you're even doing it right. You're not even doing it right. You, as tall as you are standing up pouring water. You are supposed to go down on your knees. I was like, huh? It's like, yeah. You are supposed to go down on your knees and pour the water. So don't get too excited. You're not doing it right. I was like, oh, okay. Humbling experience it was. And then when I went to Zim, I went to go see that the kids that were helping wash hands and stuff would crawl from person to person and to be washing hands. It's an act to serve. It's an act of humility, I believe. But because I wasn't acquainted with that, I found it very strange. So it was a big culture shock for me. But it's now something that I've learned and I get to see. Not that I enjoy doing it, to be honest. If I'm the one cooking and I still need to be the one doing dishes, then people can just really go wash their hands by the kitchen sink. Not to be disrespectful, but I just feel like it's something that always slips my mind. I'm not very used to it. Yeah. What are some of the things that I've encountered? I feel like generally Zimbabwean people are nice people. There are a lot of nice people that I've encountered, and the thing is, they are very big on respect. They are very big on respect. Just because an adult has or an elder person has treated you in a certain way, you can't just be talking to them anyhow. I think it's like that in the African cultures. But one thing about Zimbabweans is that the younger ones are very, very, very respectful, and I get to see that from Simba's sister. The amount of respect that she has for me, is very humbling. Even if she's really upset with me, even if she's really mad, even if we had a fallout or whatever the case may be, I'm sorry, Melissa, for exposing you, but even if we had like our encounter, whatever, she would not come at me with disrespect. So for me, that is one thing that I'm learning from that. Even if you are angry, whatever, you can still address the people in the situation in a respectful manner. So yeah, well done guys on that. There are good things coming out that I get to learn from my in-laws. On the greetings, for me also, there's like Mwasera say, Makatini. There's different greetings depending on whether it's a group of people or one person, depending on the type of time it is during the day. Also, whether it's an older person or younger person. I know it's like that in the African cultures. Yeah, for us, it's just me to re, thank for trenches. I was, yeah, up until now, I don't think I figured out how to respond to greetings and stuff. It makes it difficult for me to learn the language because I'm really struggling with the greetings. And then now there's the side of the sata, the pap. I don't know how to make it yet. I can make pap, but again, my husband says the pap I make is not the one that we make with a whisk, right? With a wire whisk, and they use a wooden spoon. So me with these long nails, where will I hold the wooden spoon to make pap? I don't even remember the last time I made pap, guys. You see me a lot cooking on this channel, but you don't really see me make pap. Not that much. I don't know. I think I make katete, like soft porridge, more than I make pap. So yeah. And one of the things, I don't know how true this is also, is that someone actually said that when you are around a dining table, I think it's Simba that said it to me, you don't start eating meat before the oldest person on the table, or you don't serve meat before, or whatever, something in that line. So I don't know, comment down below if you do know that. So yeah, I'm still trying to learn these people's culture. Simba's also trying to learn my culture. You will never understand why we eat donkey, and I also just never understand why they eat rabbit. And yeah, we are just different like that. But we are married, we are making things work, learning continuously about each other's cultures. And when our baby is a bit older, you'll get to choose and see. And for me, I just generally find the African cultures toxic, because what is toxic about African cultures is that we take things out of the African culture that works for us and that is unfair on the side of the other person. But if it's something that teaches us fairness and respect and all that stuff, it's things that we don't really promote a lot. If it's something that is good for the other person, we don't promote that a lot. I was told that in my husband's culture, if you had given birth, then I don't know if it's the husband or the in-laws that will take you back to your family to say your daughter has given birth. Your in-laws, your family will care for you. They will slaughter an animal. They will buy materials and stuff, I think, for your mother, to go give your mother and to appreciate her. Something in that sense. Those are some of the nice things that could have been an advantage on my side, but I don't see it happening a lot generally in the culture. So there are good things that come out of culture that would be an advantage to the other person, but we really don't promote that a lot. And what we take out of culture is just things I feel that is a bit unfair. And just generally, African cultures are really, really unfair towards the Makoti. That's why I don't like being called Makoti. Apparently the word is even coming from Makon's tea, like make for us tea. So I don't like being called Makoti. Honestly speaking, if I'm a daughter, then I'm a daughter. And if I'm to be treated, I'm to be treated as a daughter. The same way someone would treat their biological daughter, and not necessarily in a way that someone would treat a Makoti. I don't like being Makoti. If I'm a daughter, let me rather be the daughter. Just like Simba is a son in our home, I think it's better that way. And I'm grateful that my mother-in-law and my father-in-law see me as a daughter in their house and not necessarily as their in-law, because that in-law relationship thing is really not a nice one. But yeah, this video was just to share my experiences being a Zimbabwean Makoti Murora. I'm not a Makoti, guys. I'm not a Makoti, please. I'm Mother 1000. I'm not a Makoti. So this video was just to share my experiences, cultural shocks that I've encountered, and just generally things I found strange, but that I'm, again, melting down to or becoming used to. So yeah, if you've watched up until now, guys, please just comment with a heart. If you don't have anything else to say but you've watched this video up until now to show us that you are watching, please comment with a red heart, and we will love you right back in the comment section. And please like this video. It creates an algorithm where our videos are recommended to other people. So please do comment down below, like this video. Also do share. Share, but don't share with a lot of Zimbabwean people. I don't want people coming for me. Please, the purpose of this video was not to expose anybody. I did not even say Simba's parents do this or Simba's family do that. No. These are just generally things I have seen across the culture. And before I even got married to Simba, I got to stay with a lot of Zimbabweans, especially from church and stuff. So please, this is not to expose anybody. Don't come for me. Don't come for me, please. I beg you, don't come for me. Don't come for me. So, love and light. I'll see you guys on the next video. Doodles.